This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Straight ahead, we got a good raw tap here between the New York Jets and the Green Bay Packers. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. We get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
It was an educational rookie season for Zach Wilson, who was drafted to be the eventual face of the Jets as the team worked through a lengthy rebuild. 2,300 yards, 9 touchdowns as a rookie. He did miss some time mid-season with an injury, but I really like the work that the Jets have done to put people around him and give him his best opportunity to be not only the face of this franchise, but get him back into perennial playoff contention.
Now Carter to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. And he'll be out right at the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there on a Jet first down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where's he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. We get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker.
Still 2nd down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now it's Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down grab there by Tyler Conklin, and he's a big part of the rebranding of the tight end position in New York. The Jets brought in multiple starters at that position, and Conklin, he's coming off a career best year in Minnesota. 61 catches in his first season as a starter.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. Room here to run. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first down, right back to Carter. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
But one of the ways quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Green Bay's offense trots out, and just as he has been since week 1 of the 2008 season, Aaron Rodgers leads the way, now in his 18th year in the National Football League.
Even as he nears age 40, Aaron Rodgers' game isn't taking a single backward step. He became only the 4th player to win back-to-back MVP awards and led Green Bay to his 3rd straight 13-win season. He avoids turnovers better than anyone in football at the quarterback position, and Green Bay, they are always a front runner with him under center.
Rodgers will bring the pick up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones, and he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Snap comes at 1. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing is Rodgers. And Lazard's got it again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about 4.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought he was going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Able to find Lazard. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now the toss of Jones running right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Rodgers now to throw. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play, and a fresh set of downs. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people are watching the game and thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their 1st drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still 2nd down.
After the penalty, it's Jones. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 7 yards for the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when you've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. The kick by Crosby is good, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Rashawn Gary, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. To throw is Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
He's going to look deep for more. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Nice run here early on. It does take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll go again to Jones. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down Packers.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. The kick by Crosby is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with first down. Now it's Wilson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. How to allow a point, yet flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job here to force an incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he is out of bounds right around a 34. Wilson on the hook up Davis. First down, Jets.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. There's Wilson to throw. Right back to Davis. It's complete. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Wilson will throw again. Open man here is Conklin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain there of 21 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
This offense finding its legs out. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd down, a Robert Carter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Wilson. flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The Green Bay Packers took a couple of members of the vaunted University of Georgia defense in the first round in the 2022 NFL Draft, and the second of those picks was Devontae Wyatt, a hulking lineman with excellent athleticism.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete right side to Lazard.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. To throw, it's Rodgers, and that's incomplete.
I see the surprise in the face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. The Packers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. And they try to sweep to Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Rodgers. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10.
At the 34. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Davis. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. first down. Wilson. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Carter straight ahead.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him a yard in the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Play action. Now Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he did get there. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Partner, when you say a running play stops short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
On first down, Rodgers. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a ball he needs to let go of there. Wasn't the most time in the world to work through his progression, but NFL quarterbacks, they've got to sense the pressure. They've got that internal clock, and the ball has to be gone. And if you're not going to escape and run for it, you have to let it go before the pressure gets to you and puts you on the ground.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Rodgers.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's the recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
Well, I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
So on fourth down on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start on the ground. Carter.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They've not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the second down incompletion, he'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's more.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
First up, though, let's take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half for the Jets. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they, too, didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3.
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Open man left side. It's a tight end, Tunyon.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets him a 3 and out, 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. That's a lot, guys.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game, 1st and 10 here.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far, and 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the delay, Jones. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Caught by Cobb. And he's got room. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 39. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try the right side with Jones. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time uses quickness to make a play.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Rodgers going to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for first.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the first and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And the Jets are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look. And we will take a short break.
Let's go, man.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
The good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
And it worked this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half. That's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped 10 yards. First down.
Martin, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing to look for in a quarterback. When you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Carter. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Now they use your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy sideline, right?
Sammy sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Wilson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long, and hope someone would come free.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for 1st and 10. They go play action now. Wilson. Again, he finds more. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start. They're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Carter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays and stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Another run on second down with Carter. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
A little football one-on-one there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread's left on his tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he's having a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, Those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead third quarter. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Got Dobbs over the middle. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Looking for Christian Watson that time,
but it'll be 2nd and goal.
The jet sweep, Dobbs.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. The kick by Crosby is good, and they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the big field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties.
Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
And now out come the Jets. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson.
He'll get that one to Carter complete.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Running left on the handoff, Carter.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this is caught. He hits more. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Wilson throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you run,
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now here's the ball.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson sliding out of the pocket.
And intercepted. Wilson's third of the game. And the Packers are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half, want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Now the Packers get set to go.
Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. An inside give to Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
62 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
definitely you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Again, it's Jones.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
all you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Let's go. Get it out. Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's go. Let's go. You know what it is, baby.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Preston Smith there on the stop. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
40 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
And that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And it's caught. Touchdown.
The two Wilsons, Zach and Garrett teaming up there. And the Jets are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive.
And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And a fair catch call for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
The New York set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Carter. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Wilson to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And this is going to result in another 1st down as a tackle's made at the Packers 35. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
A handoff for Carter.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
And how about this finish? Able to take a knee, run out the clock, and close this game out by 1 point. You talk about how many coaches we talked to? They all said the same. All I want to do is win by 1 point. That got tested in this one.
Yep, and that cliche rings true. A single penny separates this one. And that is no good. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. Not many points to speak of here in this one, that's for sure. And I think it's kind of fitting that it was the defense that won this game really out there on the field for the final snap.
Every game, each team goes into it saying, okay, let's play complementary football. Offense and defense work together, throw in your special teams. In this case, they leaned heavily on their defense, and it paid off. You're exactly right. They essentially won the game for them, and they got to finish it on their feet on the field.